Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Welcome back to another episode of our legendary Babylon Let's Play. We continue here for episode 2 from turn 2, and we're just hopping back into game, learning how to play the new update, getting used to the UI again, including some of the changes. I did find where administration is located. We are currently at 35 points, and the first tier ends at 54 points. We get a bonus for the first few tiers when our kingdom's not burdened by its size. As mentioned before, this is the anti-snowball mechanic. So currently we're enjoying some discounts on food and bronze upkeep, and then that's going to drop, but we're going to get a +1 recruitment rank for generals after we hit tier 2, which we will as we recruit more units and potentially another general if we want a second army. And as we expand, we're probably not going to look to expand that early on. I think we want to
Let it be.
Stay defensive.
I shall inspect the walls
and get Babylon, properly built up a little bit more, have a full-fledged army before we try to take on our enemy, which requires a bit of sieging. There might be a decision here if we want to keep our sapper unit, the Babylonian specialist. This is a tier 4 unit. It's a unit that we cannot recruit from buildings, but rather we get this from the King of the Universe, which is our court title. It's from special recruitment, essentially. So if we get rid of it now, it's going to be a long time before we can get it back. The reason why we're considering getting rid of it is the 11 gold upkeep. We currently have no sources of gold. There is this faction or this county to the north that does produce gold. Once we get it, then it becomes much more reasonable. I guess if we have the 196 right now, we're losing 10 to diplomacy, but that ends, I think, in 4 turns. And after that, 156 gold, 11 per turn. We get maybe until turn 15 before gold goes negative with this unit. It's a great unit. It's kind of jack of all trade, has a lot of really cool abilities, but I do have some issues with its unit size, being max of only 45. So given its cost, I think we actually want to disband this. And aside from that, I do like our faction unique unit a lot more than the regional unit, and there's a good reason for that, because of unit size. We saw firsthand what lethality can do, especially to some of the more premium units, such as the chariot that has smaller entity size, and generals as well, 68 unit in the general stack, as well as some of the archers also having 68 units, chariots having 21. Because of that, we want to do 2 things. One, we make sure we want to take advantage of lethality. So for a lot of our slinger unit, we probably will opt to do direct shots a lot more than the mixed shot. Because mixed shot are ammo 24. Yes, we do get 210 range, but typically for a slinger, the damage is low. The slinger damage is mostly base, barely any armor piercing, not great accuracy. So with only 6% lethality, shooting at the longer range, you're not doing that much. We want to use them almost like javelin users, where we let the army engage, and then we turn on direct shot, which gives us 110 range, which is still decent, but 18% lethality. With high lethality, we can kind of ignore damage, and damage actually goes up, 23 and 3 versus the mixed shot of 15 and 2. So a big jump in damage. And we get a lot more out of our 24 ammo, out of our 90 unit for the range of the slingers versus 68 for the archer. So those are the things we're probably weighing here. We're probably getting rid of this archer unit that has a bronze upkeep as well. We're going to sort of reset our army. And for the infantry portion, there are 2 of the Sululu units that are tier... this one's tier 1, this one's tier 3, but the tier 1 spear, I think there's also a sword variant. They have 120 entities. So what we want to do with them is to have them soak up the enemy range. Essentially kind of sponge up the lethality hits for our more premium units. So that's kind of our approach. We're not going to take Arcadian farmers. We need to switch our recruitment building So first off, the tier 2 native mustering field is worthless. It gives us the Arcadian farmers, but guess what? So does the settlement building at tier 1. So unless you intend to go higher tier for native buildings, that first one is really redundant and useless. So we're going to get rid of it. The only building we're going to build this turn is going to be the Foreign Envoy Residence, which will take both of our idle workforce. The reason being, oh, not that one, the Translator's Quarter. The reason being, I want the -1 construction time as well as the -15% construction cost to carry forward. It's a huge investment of our stone, but I think it's going to pay off. While that builds, we're going to wait for our idle workforce to come back, which should come back pretty quick. We have high growth. And then we want to switch to the slave hovel, where we get our tier 1 spear, we get our tier 1 sword that actually has a small shield, so they can actually stand in front. Both of these are low tier sort of solo units that has 120 entity, as well as the slinger. So these 3 units will make up the bulk of our army, and we're going to be building this as early as possible next turn. We won't wait for the discount for that building just because we need it for the military aspect of it, but we are going to wait for the workforce, so we won't be recruiting this turn. The other buildings here, now 2 points administrative burden is not a big deal. Getting the replenishment, happiness, and workforce growth is definitely worth it here for the bath, and we will keep that. Lentil Farms requires this particular canal to be built first. We will get this down. I want all the resources. I want to get this down as well. So we'll figure out what our 10 buildings will be. 3 production, actually 9 slots since the settlement takes up a slot. So the 3 resource buildings for sure. Lentil kicks in as additional resource. So 4 is out of the way. We're definitely not getting rid of the Grand Temple, which has, you know, decent bonuses faction-wide. Not faction-wide. Well, faction-wide for the favor and all that. We'll get to see deity very soon. I think turn 3 and turn 6 are when more faction mechanics unlock. 15% resource for province. Happiness, upkeep discount, which is useful as our army will sit here for a little bit. And plus, it's expensive building that's provided for us for free. We're not going to touch that. So that will stay. That's 5 buildings of the 9. The last 4... Early on, we're going to need at least this to recruit. So this will have to be 1. That leaves us with 3. We're not going to touch this one, and we're also going to build that one. And that means we have 1 free slot, which currently is a locked slot. So that's basically it. We have pretty much decided our buildings. We're going to put 2 resource and 1 recruitment down. And that's all we have for now. And then we'll modify it for other religious bonuses. I think Babylon will eventually just become sort of a food production for us, what we're kind of missing out on. This is not so important because of the trade-off. We get another -1 construction time on resource and management categories, which is just this themselves plus the resources. It's not that great because we have to invest in 2 buildings. Oh, actually, technically the first one gives us that -1 turn. We're saving like 1 turn on these 3. The 1 turn build up at tier 1 doesn't benefit from the -1. There's no instant completion. Lentil farm. So basically we're like saving 4 turns, but then we have to build it, and then the resource goes away, the slots goes away. I don't think it's worth the construction. This is going to do it for us. And then by the time we get to higher tier, this gets destroyed to make room for something maybe like this. We'll see what we want at the end game. But that's our building plan and recruitment plan going forward.
They chose me.
We're gonna just hold here. Outposts, this one being on the borders with our enemy is most likely going to get raised in any war. So let's not waste the stone to build this one and just leave with these 2 here. This one being unique, we can't touch that. We will gain morale if we touch it, so that's not an upkeep reduction one. This one will get the god effect, which is increased replenishment by 17% and reduced food upkeep. Okay.
Praise Adad.
We're gonna stay here this turn. We're gonna go there next turn just to get that bonus. Looking at our second county, the bonus here is morale once again. We have 1 here that's pretty close, which means they can take a little trip here just to get the effect active. And this one's really far away, so we should find something that we don't really need the interaction bonus, but we just want the resource bonus, for example. Even though the resource one's usually pretty good for upkeep reduction. This one's also going to be food heavy, so the prayer one's not bad. We did take out a building and we put in the upgrade. We have 2 idle workforce again. We have both of our resource production. If we want local recruitment, this will be the place to do it. Javelin units. These were the guys that almost wiped us. 50%, you say? What? How is this? I mean, 6 ammo. Okay, I get that. 68 guys. Accuracy is 10, which is... it's average. It's not bad. Like, you see lower tier units with, like, accuracy of 7 and 8. So 10's not terrible. And they rank up and the stats can go up. But 50%, that's just... sounds so wrong. Do we want these guys? I guess we do. Yeah, this is the native unit. Starts at tier 2, so we gotta wait till this finish. If we want just to produce resources, this will be the better choice. But after seeing that javelin unit, my god. The question is, how do we get so much stone, right? It's about 1,000 stone to get that constructed. And honestly, I don't think we have the stones to do that. There's more important things to be built, but that is one good unit. And since it's native, we're going to be dealing with this unit being recruited by all the other factions here, which sounds pretty terrible, to be honest. Alright, we're probably going to keep this one just vacant for now. Let that finish. And then, like, we probably want the stone to be used on the tier 3 upgrade if we can see it. It's 200. Makes more sense. Bigger garrison, access to more resources. I think that's the way to go. Alright, so nothing to be built there. We're going to be pretty conservative. Let's end turn here. And that's going to unlock some mechanics on turn 3. Used to be turn 6, but because they changed the years, it's now going to be turn 3 when we get, I believe, the deity mechanic. And then court unlocks, I think, at turn 6. Local deities. Marduk. We can devote a general to it. The devoted general will have 50% less chance of dying of old age. That's, I guess, okay bonus. Army becomes immune to attrition. This would be the better part. I guess long... we're very young, so I don't think this really matters that much for us. Goes to 75%. The prairie effect is really good. That's what we love about this. Can go up to 22% replenishment and less food upkeep, so that's also good. And the dwelling upgrade, the building that we have that we can construct, 9% all food, 8 workforce growth. Need to hit 800 favor. Okay, good to know.
Quite predictable.
Alright, so as mentioned before, we're going to rely on some of our basic unit with a lot of entities. Let's get that constructed. And we still have more workforce. Only 20 stone. For more food. A lot more food, actually. And then once this completes... our growth is pretty fast. We actually will hit the growth required for this. Wait, this only requires 1. Just basically locked because we don't have the prerequisite building. I don't think we're looking to upgrade too much stone. This is even 300 stone. I don't know if that's a good deal for us right now, just because we don't have any stone. But of course, we can try to trade maybe some of our food for stone. That could be an option, because all the building is going to require quite a bit of stone. All right, happy with that.
Prince of Ur
We're
and protector
going to wait
of
till that
Nippur.
military building come online to recruit. I don't know if we want to devote our faction leader. I mean, if we are worried about someone eventually dying of old age, I
Rightful
guess
ruler
it
of
would be our
Cardunias.
faction leader. We can always summon him back, which I think changes the effect. I also am curious about our other deities that are available to us. She provides upkeep reduction for bodyguard units, only bodyguard unit. And the prayers, extra movement, extra attack. I don't like this. Ninruta. Wait a minute.
I am thinking.
Okay. I'm pretty sure Ninruta is the name of the Assyrian king. Plus recruitment rank by 1. Obviously that goes up as we have more points for it. Influence. Yeah, this is a nice bonus actually. Battle loot and speed for all unit. The prayer is reload speed and charge bonus. So chariots benefit from this quite a bit. Range units. High speed. Feels like a very range chariot focus deity here. Let's go back, see what else we can unlock just by being close. Patron deity of the royal condition, Asher. Bodyguard speed. The bonus is a little bit weaker. Happiness shrines. Construction cost for management administration. Oh, this one's good. Fatigue buildup, extra morale, chance of having kids. That's a fun one. Extra experience just for the general. Okay, so our local deities are, I would say a mixed bag. Ishtar, Ninruta, and Marduk probably will be the 3 that we go for if we just, stay in our region for our first 3 slots. I don't think we'll wait until we expand out to pick the 3. I think they will be picked before then. Really depends on what we do with our royal decrees, but I think that's basically what will happen. Local deity devotion pass, settlement upgrade. I do think we take the tier 3. If we are going to spend stone on something, that would be it. Army's not going to budge, and we'll just end turn here. I expect to be attacked by a huge stack pretty soon. We'll just have to play defensive using the city map. Kind of suits us because we have the urban warrior trait on a lot of our units. Alright, now we have access to things we want. We do have some good front line. I think early on we want to get a couple of slingers out here. As you might have noticed, because of what we picked as our commandment, we don't have a lot of recruitment slot. Although that will change as we hit increasing idle workforce. Because I don't think we'll be building that much, so that will actually accumulate pretty quickly. We only really want the lentil farm, but like I said before, 315 stone for 185 per turn food does not seem like a great trade-off when we don't have any sources of stone, so we might stay away from that. Yeah, I think we're happy with the building We'll
They
start our
chose me, and
recruitment.
I agreed.
Over here, we're just gonna look for resource upgrades if the stone makes sense. Like, this is a low stone investment. I think eventually we probably will build this, but right now we don't have the stones to get the second tier upgrade for the javelin, so I don't think we're gonna think about it. We completed our festival. 25% more food. Extra deity. Neruta can be grabbed. I guess we can always grab the 5% replenishment, especially since we're going with the strategy of using the cheap unit that has high entity count as fodder for battle.
About as much.
I don't think we lose anything by not devoting our faction leader. I assume you cannot die of old age at 32. It's a game. It's not entirely historically accurate. Of course you could die when you're 32, but we assume otherwise. I mean, lethality does make it more historically realistic. You know, your general just taking a stray arrow to a vital organ and dying.
Always look at the big
We
picture.
get an ambition. So what are we looking for? 5 sharpshooters with special recruitment joins us if we maintain 10 units of missile infantry. So basically we spam like 10 slingers and then they give us 5 more. I think that's a little bit overloaded. 1,000 wood producing. I wish I could get a building that produces stone. I wonder if the port upgrade for tier 3 wood counts. To be honest, this is the only one I think that's doable for us. We can't do this, and there's a good chance this doesn't work either.
There can be no compromise.
It means we're producing
Call for
slingers
volunteers.
for a few more turns. Just a quick
Rule.
check to see if
I am
anyone likes
destined to
us.
rule.
No one like us for anything. The peace deal is actually slightly feasible. Can we see... we want to see diplomatic attitude. Okay, they don't hate us. They just... hold on. How can I see that on the map? There we go. They don't like us. They're the one with the gold. If they want to declare war, that might be a possibility. And they're also going to be attacking down, so I don't mind if they do enter into a war with us. I guess that's fine. We are getting our rank ups. I believe we're going to be rushing for something like this. All right, that's the next one we can look forward to. Yeah, this definitely is the right path for us. We'll take a look at what the sharpshooter units are. If they are really good, then we replace the slingers we recruited for them. If they're not so good, then we just kind of keep them in our special recruitment for, you know, emergency recruitment. If we, you know, finish a battle and our army's in bad shape, we can always summon them. A baby girl has been born. Let's see. What else is new? Okay, so the deals that we had has expired. Ooh, the new trade report's pretty nice. We have the court available to us now.
This is my court. Behave while you are here.
So the one with the most legitimacy is the king of the universe for our culture. And then there are the 4 kings under. Right. Assyrian king is empty because he's the king of the universe. So our benefit is more favor with worship deity, especially Marduk, lower cost on religious buildings. We get the elite unit barbarian specialists, 25 points of legitimacy. We need to be holding Babylon, and what is the cost to occupy? Okay, so we can interact with them with different court. What has changed here? I guess we just have available court action. They reset on your next turn. Okay, so one per turn. Is court going to get a lot busier? Intrigue seeds, remove any plot unless it targets you. Stronger bodyguard for all armies. So they have a different elite unit. Everyone has a specialized elite unit. They have access to assassinate. Cost additional gold or regard, so we probably don't want to mess with them. We currently have 60 legitimacy. I actually don't want to get involved in any potential civil war. At least not right now. Let's see what we can do. Make requests. So we need to get regard first, right? We currently have 0 regard, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we gossip to gain. So basically right now we just chat. Let me, or we can risk, we can use blackmail. The success chance is quite low. Let's just gossip it out. This is us stopping all plots. Wait, so basically we kill off all their plots, drop diplomatic relations, and then they will start a random plot against you. This feels very, unless they're targeting you already with a bunch of things like assassinate that you really want to get rid of, it doesn't feel so great.
This action, why here and why now?
We just want to chat. I do wonder where we can see our... Like, we can see everyone else's, I guess, his regard with them. So basically, if we want to take an action against him, we have to stack his regard. Like, if we want to assassinate him or get some warriors from him. We'll keep gossiping with him until we get 60.
Caution is a virtue, enabling
Cape
survival.
recruiting. Nothing too crazy. Where can we check our ambition? There it is. Currently have 3. So 3 slingers,
Prince of Ur,
11
and
turns.
protector of
We'll
Nippur.
be ready by that time. 7 more units. We'll be at 16 unit when that happens, and then we'll get a couple melee, and then we can... I mean, I'm hoping they come before then. It's best we can crush like a 20 stack from a defensive battle, then counterattack. And even then, I think we might likely run to a 2nd or 3rd stack. Ah, one of our daughter has come of age. So, is it 16? It's 16. Commoner or acting general. She's a devoted warrior. I think in diplomacy I can marry her off to another faction, right? That's one of the options we have. And definitely might be something we are thinking about doing. I actually have enough to upgrade this to the max tier. 660 stone, so all in on the stone. The benefit obviously is the increase in garrison size and quality. Aside from that, not much else is gained. The extra slot doesn't benefit us right now because we haven't even used up all the existing slot. I think it might be better for us to just try to boost these food. That doesn't cost us a lot of stone to do. Or we can wait for this to build up so that we can actually recruit more units per turn. Because even this is not super beneficial. We don't need it right now. Who produces stone? That's what I want to know. We're looking for...
The future belongs to us.
I need someone who wants food and is not interested in stone.
The future.
Bag of gold?
10,000. We must. I am destined to.
True master.
And apparently
True
those people
master.
don't exist.
I take care of problems. Bright ideas for. I fight for.
Alright, in this
Everybody
case,
has their duty.
might as well go with the King of the
I know your
Universe.
diplomacy is a calculated one, Adad.
I can offer a marriage. Let's hope he has someone single. So our kid will be married over... to him. Only -6? It's acting... Yeah. I would like to marry my daughter off well. He's only 22? I mean, -6 is obviously not great. There's currently... I can't even add this. There's currently a bug with legitimacy trading, where asking for all their legitimacy actually gives you positive values, but... let's see. I would like some stone. I can offer you like 600 food. Wow, baseline valuation is -6. If I give you 10 gold? No thanks, huh? Starting out on the wrong foot here, or why is the baseline additional -6? Okay, now we can do something, I think. We can only offer that much per turn, so we can drop this. I only want stone at this point just to help with the buildings. Wood might run out as well, but we have 2 ports, so it might not be so bad. Are we gonna be the same family? No, we don't want that. Dynasty, think of as a family, I think. I take this as adoption of sorts. We'll become his heir. Yeah, this is fine.
Oh, is this a boat?
We don't have to marry our daughter to him. We can, of course, have a second general and then make him our son-in-law. That also works. Alright, now we have stone. I can feel better about using it. So things like this can go down without too much concern. And over here, if we get the stone to come up, we can think about building both of these. We're gonna get 2,000 400, yeah, basically 2,450 stone. Building these two will cost us about 1,000 plus of that. And then a couple for outposts, and we should be good.
Babylon endures.
Keep recruiting. Now that has gone down. Thinking about switching off the commandment. Do we have that many buildings where we really desperately need discounts? %. The cost is essentially slowing our recruitment down. I guess we're not in a rush.
In my domain, everybody does their duty. No
we
more,
cannot
no less.
gossip back to back. We'll just build it up with it. Oh. So basically we can't repeat actions in a year. So do they force us to do things? I guess we can ignore it, or we can essentially run plots like blackmail. Lose on legitimacy for this. Fingers crossed. Yeah, let's do it. And factions dying off. Well over 150 at the start. I'm surprised how not aggressive they are. Or intrigue, idle compensation. So we can skip the turn and get 50 gold. Used to be terrible, but now I think it's actually pretty good. Because we are essentially acting every turn and already kind of did what we want this year.
Not surprising. Gather the troops.
Halfway there. To pop. Let's get this built as well. That is quite a demand. One of our fellow kings. Trespassing? Or do we have a deal?
Do you
Trespassing.
still insist on hiding your plans?
First off, still no one wants to do anything with us.
Dull problems.
How long will
Is-
the world last?
Why is he moving north? That's the question. He has 2 territories
Tell
over
me,
there. Is he at
have
war
you
with
been
anyone?
in any great battles?
He's going to war. Okay, go have your battle.
My time is now. We need more men.
We get one every year? Or do we get one because we have one available since we deleted the one that we had? I think that's why. Alright, it's turn 9. We get the rest of our mechanic. Ancient Legacy becomes available. Choices of 2 for Mesopotamian region. Sargon the Great or Hammurabi the Lawmaker. We can kind of check out both and decide which one we want to go, even though I'm pretty set to do Hammurabi's. Sargon the Great, obtain your grand ambition, become a immortal legend known by all, gain the ability to have 2 active ambitions at the same time. That's actually pretty cool. Grand ambition, so more challenging to complete, but provides greater rewards. Complete ambitions to gain points in different archetypes. Archetypes unlock powerful tiered abilities with faction-wide benefits. Focusing your effort is key. Only 3 out of the 6 archetype can be active at the same time. So pick 3 faction-wide benefits out of 6 possible. Appoint Royal Scribes to empower your ambitions. Ambitions and Royal Scribes both have archetype categories. Completing ambitions matching the Scribe's archetype provides extra reward. As a Royal Scribe, remain appointed until you complete a set amount of ambitions. Interesting? I mean, it's built off the ambition mechanic, and you're just basically completing to get points and benefits. And for Hammurabi the Lawmaker, create laws by combining various effects for your kingdom or army. So basically, we're cooking up bonuses, right? And we're cooking them up in the form of law, and we're just combining different aspects. Each effect in a law can be customized to benefit you in the best way. Enforcing new laws will grant you Kuduru, which is a resource, just think of it as a point. Additional Kuduru can be gained by completing certain ambitions or using special court intrigue. And we can turn those Kudurus to unlock more powerful versions of law, or using it to instantly research any royal decree, or boosting any existing law. I think we're going to try this one out just because it's thematically more Babylonian. Even though I think Sargon's option is pretty good too. Alright, so we have this stone tablet where we can carve our laws in stone, create laws with customized effects that will help or hinder your kingdom or army. So basically benefits and debuffs, huh? It's a little bit of both. Use laws, discuss law, discuss laws of court intrigue, and certain ambitions to accumulate Kuduru. Kuduru can be used to unlock more law effect, convert existing law into divine law. And that does what? Guess we don't know. Yeah, there's no prompt here. Okay, civic category rank. It costs Kuduro to increase the rank, and deals with income, deals with construction, deals with army, deals with kingdom. Military deals with unit stats, unit experience, unit attributes. Oh. We can give unit stock, Furious Charge, or give them active abilities. Interesting. So I'm more of a civic player myself. Let's see. The rank need to hit 7 until we can get a wood effect, and 11 until we can get a bronze effect, and so forth. Press the Create a Law button to begin the process. So we can make regular laws into divine laws that boost their effect and we gain victory point, but a divine law can no longer be revoked. So they're locked in, but the laws that we have right now can be revoked. You can revoke 3 laws each time your faction leader changes. Oh, so basically we have 3 until our current leader dies, and they can change a couple later. What's the will of the king? Ah, this is how we instantly complete a research, which I think is also pretty powerful. Does it only cost 1? Maybe 1 per... It'll have a cost conversion, I think. Maybe 1 per turn or something like that. I doubt it will be just 1 for however many times. Alright, we might as well go for 1. We can pick civic or military. Given that what we have seen, right now I can only boost melee defense and speed. Experience from battle, which... you know, it's capped. We can only rank up to 10. Get it faster doesn't really help us in the long run. Boosting stats, I think, is the strongest aspect. Oh, also getting abilities. So I think we're gonna do Civic first. Let's see how this works. Oh, we can name it. Let's just use the current date for it, just so that we've played revoking the first couple anyways. And we can know which ruler established it in what time. Now the cost is in turns. Faction-wide resource gain from raiding. Ah, there's subcategories. So food from building. Takes 3. Why do we want negative? I guess to save turns? Like trade-off, basically. We can create trade-offs. So basically, if I want it to be 6% gain, it'll cost us a set amount of food early, and it will take 3 turns. Ah, okay. There can be happiness. So, happiness from generals. Right, so I can save turns by having our generals drop happiness. Well, that's actually kind of interesting. Slinger recruitment cost decreased by 6%. Kind of helpful for us right now, but so temporary. I don't know if we should go for something so temporary. From raiding stance. I don't really want to do raiding stance. We're currently not producing any stone from buildings, but that doesn't mean that's going to be the long run. Four turns to activate this. Or we can just go for... Since we don't have any stone, we can just do this. And honestly, what this law really is the mean general more food. Of 1203 BC. It's gonna get is it gonna get revoked? I guess so. I don't think I want anything here. Oh, what we can do is like we don't recruit one-handed clubs. Right? We have no intention of recruiting one-handed clubs, so we can actually downgrade that. Instead of having the general be a negative effect. The no clubs. Hold on. The no clubs more food law of that I think will work better for us. Yes, let's do this. It'll take 1 turn, it'll activate. Interesting. Now, does our current ambition still provide? It does not give us Kuduro, so we're just gonna have to wait until the new one. That's built. That's built. We're looking for upgrades now. Upgrades that doesn't cost a lot of stone. We still don't. We still want to be conservative. Hold on. This one goes from 225 to 235. 90 increase. That's pretty good actually. Usually it doesn't increase that much. Yeah, this is only a 60 increase with no additional effects, so this is actually pretty good. We're still building. Therefore, I don't think we change this. We'll just continue to construct it slowly. Oh, the court action.
I am the future of the world.
In this place,
all right.
Are you in a position of strength or weakness?
We sold our action. We are blackmailing him. I think we just take the 46%. I'm not going to try to make it better. If it fails, it fails. If it doesn't, you know, get reviewed to anyone, that's fine too. And let's just end. Still waiting to get attacked. Let's assume they only had those 2 armies we crushed on turn 1. By this time, they had, you know, 8 turns to recruit. AI at least recruits 3 to 4 units a turn. They should have a full stack. Like looking at, oh, there we go.
I seek long-term solutions.
The problem is, if they sail all the way down, ignoring our capital and going for this, that would be pretty ugly.
Rightful ruler of Karduniash.
But I can't control that.
Volunteers.
So, our law has been passed. Now, do we have access to... Oh, we can do a second law right away. So if we do military for this one, thing is, I don't think any of these really benefits us. So if we do civil again, I can do the same thing. Huh, interesting. So we are allowed to duplicate the same law? It looks like we are allowed to. The question is, because we can only revoke 3 of them, do we want to really just get 6% food? Oh, Ah. Okay, so we can actually... Before we do that, I'm curious. Cost 6. Twice as many as the... Okay. The turns remaining. At least that's the ratio I see right now. Maybe it's just flat 6 for all of them. Using laws. Okay, so there's also a court action we can do for that one. But let's bump it. Construction cost. Okay, let's do a new law here. We want the construction cost for administration would be the settlement. That's always going to be built everywhere, so definitely a very useful one. Right, we have more options now as they upgrade. Because it's a repeat, it's 6 turns? Right. Interesting. What about repeat on... so we can't use recruitment cost as a reduction. I rarely raid, so... I think this is a good trade-off here. But in 4 turns, are we still recruiting slingers? That's the big question. I don't think we are. Swordsman would be recruited. Two-handed spear. I think swordsman would be more more useful throughout the campaign. To be honest, all these tier 1, these early ones we're probably gonna, get rid of. Our command's also available. What units can we get? In 2 turns, we can get the Divine Cult. Right now, if I use it, I drop growth, but we get +2 recruitment slot. For how many turns is the question. Or we wait for 2 more turns for the wind up, and we get a random Sulu unit added to special recruitment pool every few turns for every cult center you own. Might try that just to see how much we get. He's coming this turn.
Tough.
It's rank 8.
About
wow.
as much.
I mean, pretty key. We get 3 melee defense, which is pretty huge.
The officers wish my counsel.
If he doesn't attack this turn, we get the upgraded garrison. I think it's time for the military building, right? One more, a little bit of stone short.
In my domain, everybody does their duty. No more, no less.
Where's the discuss law? Okay, we have to use 2 of our regards. I think we still just gossip.
This action. Why here?
We
and
can
why
gossip
now?
back to back. The thing is, it just grayed out. The coloring threw me off. If we built this, 3 pop goes away. This building takes what, 2? Then we don't do it. And we have a happiness issue here, but that's not something we have to worry about right now.
I am thinking.
3 units. I want
Just
I want them to
go
fight. Come on, attack us. Don't disappoint. Take the siege. They want the wood for food. We don't need food. They give us gold for food. This doesn't sound like a bad deal, to be honest. But maybe we can... Oh, wait, he's not interested in food and he's not interested in gold, but he wants food for gold. I'm confused, but... we could restructure. I don't need that much gold, but having a little gold stockpile doesn't hurt. I'm okay. I'm pretty comfortable running a negative economy if we get to that point. This sounds pretty good.
If I must.
Religious building takes gold. Higher tier units take gold. Oh, I forgot to move our main army to the outpost. He just raided? Alright, finally picked up culture.
I am a Kassite.
Construction cost drops. I was thinking of tapping that.
You shall not influence me.
Problem is, if we go tap this, do we have enough movement to move back?
Unusual, but no.
I don't think we want to risk that. Should have done it way earlier. 4 turns of replenishment and food upkeep. The food upkeep is the only thing we're missing out on. I mean, we have a lot of food.
Quite
Just
predictable.
it would have been better.
Your
I'm
heartless
pretty
cause
sure he's
revolts
like
me.
gonna be all farmer mass, like really bad. So yeah, it's expensive. It will repair slowly by itself, so I think we can sort of ignore it. It's not giving. We lost legitimacy from it. I'm not
I
gonna
am
sweat
the
it.
future of the world.
One thing we can do is get warriors. Use these warriors. It's gonna cost money to get the warriors. That's the thing. I think this is just better.
In this place, are you in a position of strength or weakness?
Two more units away. I do think we grab a recruitment here.
They chose me and I agreed. Gather the troops.
I mean, everyone's actually quite close to his number. Just a little bit extra, we can be a pretender. I don't really want to be a pretender, so we'll stay away from that. He's going to continue to damage our outpost.
Let us fish.
I'm thinking there's another option. After we pick up this unit, our option's going to be next turn. We'll see what he does first. There's no rush. Might as well. Eventually gonna need it. It doesn't look like he's interested in attacking us. He might go raid this. I think my plan is to just finish the 10 units, get our ambition done, then we go attack him. And then we'll think about all the... Yep. So he's moving... He's on march. He's moving away. The sun. He's coming of age in 2 turns.
Not surprising.
I want to see if the repair cost has... Well, has not changed. We might have to actually repair these. Alright, I want to repair that.
You want me? Well, tough.
Moving towards the county.
There can be no compromises.
I'm gonna still
Do
ignore
not rush
him.
battles. Win them.
The only thing we might do is actually cancel this for now. It'd be a shame to lose that resource. We're prepared to lose it. Let that get fixed. We take this as a movement bump, and then we go hit him. We activate this. Wait. Yeah, we activate this one. There's no... We have no passive effect from this, I'm pretty sure. It's only on use. Some factions do have a passive.
Prince of Ur and Protector of Nippur. Whom among you know
And
war?
we get 2 additional slots. So we actually get both. Good for 5 turns. That's the last slinger we need. So we probably want to boost a couple of cheap low-end frontline units with shields.
I see capable warriors only.
We had 2 spears. Maybe another spear just to help
Caution
chase
is a
enemy
virtue,
range.
enabling survival.
Do we welcome him back because we have the gold? He's so expensive though, I don't think we do it. 19 units is fine, and then we'll use this to springboard ourselves to fight him.
In my domain, everybody does their duty. No more, no less.
Yeah, we really like to talk about law. Let us talk your ear off.
We must stand together.
Only 11.7. I feel like that might be his only army. Or at least only full stack. He might not attack. He might chicken out. Yeah, that's why we didn't build an outpost there, because it's definitely going to get raided. He raided again, but he moved back into ambush. That's fine, I'll skip.
Babylon
He
endures.
completely wiped it this time, which is interesting. Build it afresh. Only takes 1 turn.
Enough
Second
with your
stack.
pestering.
Rightful ruler of Karduniash. I will
Do I
not.
even need to recruit anymore? Okay, so we got choices. Seafaring Javelin. What is your lethality? 35%. We don't have to use these right away. Like I said, they can be emergency recruitment. I don't want to bump into them in ambush for sure, but I want them to bump into us.
Time to go. Arrange an ambush.
So we'll do ambush. I'm not going to construct it because it's most likely going to get destroyed. Alright, replenishment is good. Raiding income, no thanks. Experience from battle, bronze. This one's useful. But looking at the arrow, we have to come over here first. God, that... Yeah, let's not... Let's just get this. Get a second deity. Or 4th recovery after a temple is constructed. Gold. Yeah, we can do something like that. I think that's definitely fine. Alright, let's see if they fall for it. It is a tier 5, so I don't think they can beat the elite units. But as long as he shows on the map, we have a way to hit him. He's at the very, very end here. We're no longer in. Is it civil war or is it?
It's a delicate balance. But when brothers turn against each other, virtues are abandoned. Bloodshed is inevitable.
It's definitely not us triggering this, but definitely a faction getting enough legitimacy to trigger. Ooh, good shot. The backdrop is Babylon, though. This city map.
This is a declaration of war.
Okay. He went farther that way. He's over here. We might have to go chase them.
To be a ruler is a heavy burden.
Look at these pretenders. We're gonna stay out of this civil war, at least for now. Please move rapidly this way. I have to chase them. They have 3 stacks. Fun times. I am pretty comfortable with the defense here. The 13 unit garrison is really strong. So we're gonna actually actively chase them. If we use the naval route, we can probably make it to the city on March.
Men, return to order. Hoist the sails.
They're gonna be raiding our... I don't want to be on March.
Make landfall.
Protect the city first. I think that's the first priority. That drops, that drops. Wow, religious outposts upkeep is so low. The cost. Only 20 stone. Let's build that here. 5 turns. Wow, massive. It's because of this. I still want to queue up the cheap cost before they raid it, because I'm pretty sure they will raid it.
They chose me and I agreed.
I would like 19 units is fine. Don't have to do anything here.
This is my court.
Oh, we
Behave
actually
while you are here.
Succeeded. We got the 60 points. Let's discuss some more
I keep
law.
nothing in the dark.
We can now boost it by 8%. Does it count as a duplicate? No, it doesn't. Okay, good. Construction cost also 6%. Oh, let's... I mean, we don't have to do negatives, but if we are going to do negative, we can definitely focus on like a unit type that we are probably not recruiting into the future. Or drop... it's also duplicate. What if we drop sacking or raising? I don't think I'll be doing much raising either. It's only 3%. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's get this back. 110. Wow, expensive. Wait, cost went up because the general left? Did he have... Oh yeah, 10% on him as the... So maybe wait till he go back? 10% stone is not a big deal. This is kind of annoying. And it's not that important, so I guess that we can wait till it gets cheaper. Alright, we'll see what he does. He's gonna raise this, and then just depending on where he ends up at,
There can be no
we can look for the
compromises.
fight.
Make way there.
Can't ambush. Yeah, it's
Keep
better
sentries
to
up
sit.
at all times.
I mean, you might be worried about all three army collapsing on Babylon real quick, but they have to spend at least a turn sieging, and then we have the riverway to kind of get us there in one turn, so they can't really outmaneuver us either. We can't accept any sort of stone. Sorry. Looks like we have the most stone, but we don't. Ah, we can catch him now. He did, you know, of course, loot this, but...
I get things done.
Start a blackmail, lose one action, and get... I mean, blackmail's not bad. We get 60 regards. Usually the action will cost us gold. Conquer a region focusing on gold. That's to our north. I don't want to be in the royal. That's easy to do, but I don't want to do that. Capture a province capital, which is their capital. I think this one's doable. We just fight our way through. Ooh. A lot of rewards to become someone's son. That's basically what this is saying. Game mechanic wise, nothing wrong with this. But just personally speaking, I don't really want to do this. It just feels weird to just like say adopt me. Like we can conquer them. But this clearly is the more shrewd move. 1,500 stone, 500 gold, the 8 crew. That's the most attractive part of this deal. Alright, we'll take the harder path. Alright, their capital obviously being right here. We'll be able to catch this army, which is on March. Ah, they're so expensive to repair. Well, eventually we have to repair it. We might just do it. We'll come back here. We're going to end the episode here. We'll come back here. We'll take this army on. They do have 3 armies. But this is a new enemy. So basically 2 armies coming towards Babylon. We can think about recruiting additional general just to get another guy here. Solo guy. But I think the defense will hold even against 27 units.
Just go away.
It's all farmers. So I'm not too concerned. And we'll bounce back within a turn to be able to fight them, especially if we can use this shrine as sort of a bouncing point, which will also give us replenishment. So we'll beat all of them back. They're the faction that started the war against us. We can go take their land. They have stone, they have food. They have food and more food, so we'll be fighting our way to the west in the future. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one, and see you all next time. Bye!